All right, how is everybody doing today? Today we're going to be talking about something that's really cool. It's a tax hack, and the tax hack is on how you can use your RRSPs to help buy you properties. I mean, we're working so much of our time to save dollars here, there, trying to save a huge ton of money. We're going to be doing everything that we can to get that down payment ready so that we can go buy our first property. And remember, the first property is always the hardest. Always. And then once you start doing that, then it seems to snowball and every successive property becomes easier and easier. But today we're focused on how do you get your first property, get that ball rolling, right? So we're going to be focusing in today on the home buyers plan. And the home buyers plan is a government grant. It's a government program the government of Canada is allowing. Very, very, very cool. And it can help you make another $10,000, maybe even another $20,000 when it goes to buying your first property. And now we just have to figure out the mechanics of how that actually works. And it's actually really, really easy. Like we do every single week, we're going to go out and get all of our live questions and answer them live for you to help you make a lot more money. So today we're going to be talking about the home buyers plan. And the home buyers plan is helping those people who get their first property. So their very first property, it's very hard to get your first property. How do you do something like that? I mean, you have to work, you have to have a side hustle, your evening, your weekend. But if you're putting that money away, you're going to be ready for your first house. And the good news is the first is the hardest, then the second comes easier, the third comes easier. So this plan this tax hack can save you $10,000 up to $20,000 if you do it properly. 20 grand. So I would be paying attention. I did. So this is what I did. So the Bank of Canada allows this thing called RRSP, which is a registered retirement savings vehicle. They have things similar to that in the United States. But when you put your money continually into your RRSP, you get a tax credit. So you get 18% of your net. How do you get a lot more tax credits when you're going to go buy a house? Most people who are trying to buy their first property are going to just try and save and save and save and put money in their bank account. And when they find the house they're going to buy, they go and make that deposit and they give the money that is out of their savings account. Wrong move. You should not be taking the money out of your bank account to pay your deposit. Why would you do that when you can have your same money doing two jobs for you at once? What you should be doing is 90 days before you buy your property. 90 days is the minimum that you're allowed. You're going to be continually making this some savings. You take your savings and you open up an RRSP account and you drop your money into the RRSP 90 days before you buy your first property. If you do that 90 days before and let the 90 days pass, which is the law, you can then borrow the money. You can then go in and borrow the money, your money, out of the bank account and then go buy the home with it there. So remember, we don't take the money out of your bank account and pay it into the deposit for your home. You're going to take the money, pay it into your RRSP first, borrow it from the RRSP, and put it into the property. Why would you add that extra step? Why would you do that? The reason why you would is you're going to make another $10,000 or $20,000, right? So I think that that's worth it. I hope that you find that that's worth it. So how do you do it, and why does it work that way? It's because, just let's say that we have somebody who makes $80,000 a year and he's continually putting money aside every month into the savings account, and then he pulls it out and puts it on a property. That's very simple. But if that same guy was making $80,000 and he decided 90 days before he was going to buy to take $30,000, put the $30,000 into an RRSP, 90 days later he can borrow that $30,000 back to go put in the home. But guess what he gets at the end? Because he put $30,000 in, he could get a tax credit of like $10,000. He's going to get a check at the end of the year back to him from the government. And then now you have an extra $10,000 in your pocket. You could use that $10,000 on repairs for your home, on improvements if you like, whatever you want to do with that $10,000. Then you have to pay it back. Obviously, you borrowed money from yourself. But the government allows you to take a break of 2 years to not pay anything. And then you have 15 years to pay that money back. 15 years essentially of having a 0% interest. It's a gift. And the beautiful thing, this is called first-time buyer's plan, but the first-time buyer's plan resets itself over and over and over again, because if you don't own a home for 5 years, it comes eligible for it. As long as you've paid the money back, it starts all over again and you get it right back again. So remember, if you just took the money from your savings account and put it on a property, nothing happens. You take the exact same dollars, the $30,000, you put it in your RRSP first, 90 days later, you remove it. You still have the same $30,000, right? But the government will be sending you a check of an extra $9,000 because the year that you made $80,000, you're taxed at a very high tax rate. But if you remove $30,000 off of that, which is what you put in your RRSP, you're left only with $50,000 and you'll be taxed way, way, way less. So if you do that, you're going to be getting that tax credit back from the government and make a lot more money. A lot more money.